Hello, I'm Vedant. I'm the vice president of debate at my school. And one part of debate and the debate round is something called the Crossfire. So this is a time for back and forth question answering, but a lot of times it devolves into something which is more fun and more useful a lot of times where it's just a conversation. So in that same vein, this is our new show up, Miami Community News called Crossfire, where I'm going to be, me and some other local youth are going to be talking with each other. So my first guest here today is Sophia Barlow from my school. So would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Oh, okay. I'm Sophia. I do theater at Miami Palmetto Senior High School, and I also just started debate, and I just finished my national quals for debate, and I qualified for nationals for humorous interpretation.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So do you want to talk about how that was? How was that debate tournament?
Okay, well, we had just finished our state competition at UCF.
Yeah.
And I did not really place that well. Like, out of 40 people, I was top, 30, which is, not good. It was my second tournament, so I'm not even that upset. But essentially, I really worked hard, and I reached out to a lot of people from different schools and, different people that I met at FFL states. Mm-hmm. And I worked, I think, 45 minutes every day on my interpretation, if not sometimes 2 hours. It was a little extreme.
So
but
how'd you have the time for that? I understand you got school, AP classes.
So and theater. I have a theater class till 3:30 every single day. And it was definitely stressful. I sometimes thought, I'm definitely not going to qualify. This is not going to happen. And we had show season too, and states coming up for drama. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But I think something really important that you get out of doing theater is soft skills, where it's just a lot of public, you're speaking to the public, right. You're presenting stuff, and it's being able to let go of how you feel and just being able to open up, and a lot of time management.
Yeah.
I had to balance.
So, speaking of time management, right? So can you just for the audience, can you just list all the things that you've been doing? Because I've been hearing a lot about it. So
okay.
You got so much going on. How do you manage all that together?
Yes, I have a job. Every Wednesday I go it's a place called Nature Postings, and I feed animals, and it's over 30 animals, reptiles, mammals, everything. And then I have my drama class every day till 3:30. I have debate, and I have 2 AP classes that I work really hard at. So
interesting. So I understand that. So you recently joined your debate team just a couple weeks and months ago. So and you made it pretty far, considering you qualified for nationals where other people 100%. Have not been so successful.
Yeah.
But so do you want to talk about how that transition was? Because I know you've been doing drama for a while, and the debate event you're doing, it's pretty similar to that. So I was just wondering how that works.
Yeah, 100%. Well, our president of debate, Winston, he kind of just was like, hey, you should do this. It's really similar to drama. And I'm like, oh, okay, what's it about? I did more research, and I found out our Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, she did humorous interpretation as well. And
so what is humorous interpretation? What are you doing?
So humorous interpretation is essentially I like to think of it like a 10-minute monologue where it's your interpretation on some sort of story. So I've seen people do 10-minute version Legally Blonde, where it's an interpretation of Legally Blonde, and you connect it to some sort of central theme, right? So theirs was about staying true to yourself, because Elle Woods was true to herself. She was a sorority girl, and she went to Harvard. But yeah, so my piece is on the musical, the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, which I was the lead in last year. So that was really exciting to be able to do that for nationals. But about Ketanji Brown, she was when she was put as the Supreme Court Justice, I thought that was really inspiring and everything. And then when I found out she had gone to Palmetto and graduated in my dad's class and qualified for nationals for doing humorous interpretation, I was like, I have to do this. This is something I have to do. This looks amazing. And I placed really good at my first tournament. I mean, I got first place in
so
one or two of my rooms.
What, 3 times now? Or
yes, national call to my third tournament ever.
Third tournament. Yeah. So do you want to talk more about that process, right? How did you adjust to doing debate? Because you made it super far. So I was wondering how that happened.
Yeah. It was definitely it's a really big difference between acting for musical theater and then acting for interpretation, because interpretation's very big. Like everything's very exaggerated and big. And in theater, it's exaggerated, but to like a lesser degree. And like transitioning onto the team, I mean, everyone on the team has been really sweet towards me and like understanding and everything. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, Winston got me there. Like this is all on, I have to give him credit for it entirely. But it's been a really smooth transition in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's one great part about debate. And also I'm sure it's happening in drama too, is that community aspect.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Like, we're all friends mostly. but I'm kidding. But like, you know, there's always like there's like that real like, you know, kinship that we're building because we spend a lot of time with each other. It's a, you know, a lot of Saturdays together. So it's like you really get to know each other well, and it's like you make some really good friends there. And you know, speaking like from some of the other people that we've talked to, such as that were alumni of our program, like they talk about some of their debate friends that they're still keeping in touch with even like 20-30 years later, and I think that's pretty interesting.
I think that's really sweet, and especially because at the tournaments I've gone to so far, I've tried to be very social with the people I am competing against, because even though it is a competition, it's a competition against other people. You're ranked in a room from 1 to 7, 1 to 6, 1 to 5, whatever the amount of people in your room is. It's a competition. You're trying to be better than other people. But I realized we're all there for each other. And there's something really sweet about that, where I went to this person who goes to John I. Leonard, and I was like, hey, like, can you please give me advice? And they gave me advice on my piece. And then they asked me like, oh, what could I do better on my piece? And it was like kind of sweet where we can help each other, even though we're competing against each other.
Have you tried giving them bad advice so they do listen?
No, never. But no, I just think, and it's the same for theater as well, except our competitions are more rubric. It's you against the rubric, not you against other people.
Right.
So
I can imagine there's gonna be more, you know, helping each other out there.
Yeah, 100%, and like supporting each other. And I think from there, it's like a lot of networking too. With theater, knowing connections and like knowing people is how people land jobs, like on Broadway and everything. Yeah. It's word to mouth. And I think for debate also, like there's people like I've met and then I saw them at my drama competition and I saw their pieces and everything, and they got a perfect score at the drama competition. I think that's amazing. But having like a good reputation with people and being that person that they know like they're helpful and they're going to help me and they're not going to go against me, I think that's really important, that you build that type of reputation. You know what I mean?
So you think like debate and drama has like really improved like your socialness with like all these other people and like...
Oh, yeah, 100%. I was never a shy kid, but I was very closed off. Like I wouldn't try to make new friends often, but I think starting theater and now even debate, like I've opened up my doors so much where I'm meeting so many new people who do, like some of them I do better work than, and then some of them they do so much better work than me, and it's so we can look at each other and be like, wow, like this person, like I'm doing good for where I'm at, but I want to get to this level as well. You know what I mean?
No, I completely agree, because like I've had similar experiences. Like I've met a lot of people at debate tournaments and stuff like that, and I'll see them again, and I'm like, you know, I'm always gonna greet them.
Yeah.
Like I remember each other, even if they beat me or if I beat them. Like there's not really that much animosity there, because like we're all doing the same activity, so,
and it's with the same schools,
with the same people. You're running into them a lot.
Same people.
So yeah, I have like, you know, made friends from other schools that like I'll talk to whenever I see them.
And I think it's important that you recognize that like there's always room for improvement. Right. And that's what's really great about these competitions, because even the person that gets first place for the whole tournament, they probably got second place in another room. They could have, say they did 5 rooms, they could have gone first, and then one of those rooms got third or second place and still won it. So that means 2 other people or 1 other person was better than you. And I think that shows, hey, let me look at my notes, let me see what the ballot tells me, and let me improve.
Yeah, I mean, you can never be perfect, right?
You can never be perfect. And I think like it's a little bit humbling too, some of the stuff they write on the ballots. Humbling, but you can definitely learn and improve from what they write. And I think that's really important.
Yeah, so along with that, so what have your other experiences been moving on like on the drama side? So how's that affected you? Like
me personally, or like my social?
You personally, let's change it up.
I mean, theater was always an outlet for me. And I think a lot of people who do theater say that it's an outlet. It's a way where you can be creative and express yourself. I started theater in elementary school. I went to Southwood Middle School. Great school for theater. I had a really good experience over there. And I got accepted into my magnet schools that I wanted to for high school, but I decided on Miami Palmetto Senior High School. And I've been on the board since freshman year. I do marketing. I'm the marketing head for our thespian troupe. And I've been in shows since my freshman year. I've had a really great experience over there. And it's definitely, a lot of people know who I am because of theater. It was really funny. My
Good things,
friend,
bad things.
oh, good things, good things. I hope good things. But I was at Chipotle with one of my friends, and someone rolled down the window. Is that Barfay? Barfay from the spelling bee? And I'm like, and then they're like pointing to my friend, and they're like, and you were with it. And I'm like, yeah, we were in the show. They're like, oh, so good. I'm like, oh, I don't know who you are, but thank you. So it's definitely like, it gets you more, I don't know what to say, like, people know who you are because of it. And that's really good because
it kind of ties back to that thing about building connections.
Building
right?
connections,
Like,
right. And networking.
Yeah.
If you're, I think being active in theater has definitely, because when I went to Thespians, I did workshops with Andrew Cow, who works at the University of Florida for musical theater. And I had a really great experience there. And I did Disney mock audition with the Disney people. And it's just like putting your name out there.
Right.
And having a good reputation. Being that person who in the dance room is cheering for other people, not trying to put other people down. Or being in a workshop and you're asking questions and you're engaging. You know what I mean?
Right. So this all seems like a lot of positive stuff. Like, you got anything
negative?
Like, anything like, let's like has there been any challenges? Like, I'm sure there's been challenges. Like, how do you like overcome them? And like,
definitely. I mean, for theater, it's a lot of I mean, also middle school, high school, I was very insecure. And there's a lot of insecurity about being on stage. Like, everyone's looking at you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, it's stressful. Like, being the only one having a solo, that's stressful because everyone's looking at you, everyone's judging you. And something that really held me back in middle school and early high school was, oh, if I sing by myself, they're gonna judge me. I've been doing this since like 4th grade. I think I can sing, but like, I always have that fear where I'm like, what happens if I'm not good enough? What happens if this person's better than me and now they're comparing me to that person? So it's a lot of insecurity that builds up. But what really helped me overcome it is just like, it's a little bit of a maturity thing. Definitely. I think as I've gotten older, I've gotten better. But it's also finding people that you can confide in and having your own, like, finding your people, finding your circle and being a positive person in that circle. Because that comes back to you.
Yeah.
When
I also
you
think, sorry.
No.
I also think with the insecurity thing, I honestly think that, yeah, participating in these activities like, you know, drama and like debate, like, it really just, it builds like your own, like, it's counts as your own insecurity, right? Because it's like,
it's a little bit of an ego booster as well. But
it's because, like, you know, talking to people, like, all these things that you're gonna have to do at some point in your life.
Right.
In your job, you're gonna have to take job interviews. You're gonna have to present like a project to someone at some point, probably, right? So the thing is, like, all these insecurities, it's better to deal with them now as like a middle or high schooler.
Right.
It's a smaller problem now. You can quash that fear and then you can like, ace your job interview when you're older. And like,
no, of course.
It definitely gives you like a leg up in like the professional world.
I mean, for me, I started working at 14. Like, the week after my 8th grade promotion, I started working at Publix. So I've always been very, like, you know, getting experience and everything. But like, there's people in college that can't stand up and give a presentation to people.
Yeah.
And that kind of goes back to like the soft skills that you learn from like doing theater and doing debate. Public speaking, that is people's number one fear, is public speaking.
Yeah.
And it is something that everyone should know.
Yeah, it's
and
like,
that's
there's
why
some people out there that are like, they can't order food on the phone.
Yeah, on the phone,
They're
exactly.
like, it's too much. It's too stressful.
Like, oh, I'll Uber instead. But I think it's really important that taking these classes or doing these electives and clubs that build these soft skills. And colleges look for that too. I mean, my drama teacher would tell me a story on how her son got an internship because they saw theater on his resume. And he was confused. He was like, what does theater have to do with anything? And they said, it shows that you can talk to people. You won't be scared to get up and give a presentation about anything. And that's important. It's those soft skills that it always goes back to those soft skills.
Yeah, because I mean, for me, like I had that same experience, right? Because I don't necessarily, debate has really helped me with my speaking and all that stuff overall. So I think any like career and like future, like in any presentation that I'm giving, anything I'm selling, any interview I'm doing, like it's going to be helping me there. So like
100%.
Yeah. So what are you thinking about doing after college?
After college, I'm in between a lot of stuff. I know where I want to go. I want to go into theater. That is what I want to do.
You don't like money?
No, I love doing theater. I teacher aide at our school for the beginning class, and honestly, I have so much joy coming in on my B days and like being able. I've seen them grow so much, and my mom's an educator as well, so I definitely want to go into education, probably theater education at a college level, but let me start like after college, like doing shows and like building my like career and resume, and then becoming an educator. Definitely, the ultimate goal is education.
So double no money.
No, okay, stop.
Kidding.
No, I love doing it. It's seeing people grow and everything. It's great.
Do what you love.
Yeah, in my job now, I go in and I teach too on Fridays sometimes when they need me. So,
like, where are you teaching again? Like,
well, the place is called Nature Postings. They do like summer camps. We do kayak tours. Like this Saturday, we have a kayak tour and we have a like critter mingle where people meet and bathe the animals. It's like 24 people in there, like meeting all the animals. It's lovely. It's really fun, and people aren't exposed to that. I mean, you're paying $10 or $20 to meet a bunch of animals. Where else can you find that? And being able to teach people about those animals is just great.
And I bet you're using your drama skills to teach them.
100. No, but seriously, like being able to talk to a bunch of people and memorizing lines. I memorize in that room. I memorize every single one of those 24 people's names. I know all their names in the first 30 minutes. And it's because theater has let me memorize stuff. Like my memorization skills have gotten so much better because of theater.
And I bet like you're going into education, you're going to need to like all these by memorizing all these like lessons you gotta teach.
Lessons, 100%. In those classes, like my mom, when she's had to take like professional development classes, it's a lot of like knowing like definitions of things for the test. And that's helped me with school too. I can memorize stuff for tests because of theater. And that's helped me with interpretation because I was able, for the first tournament, I learned my piece in like a little under 2 weeks, and I placed pretty well. So
yeah, I mean that those skills from theater definitely transferred over to
100%,
right? Because like you did so great in like only 3 tournaments you're qualified.
3 tournaments, and I'm going to nationals in Des Moines, Iowa.
Iowa.
Oh, I'm excited for that. I'm really excited. It's going to be a good experience. 100%.
So do you have anything else that you want to add about debate and how that's connected to you?
I think debate has now gotten a really special place, like in my heart. I've gotten a lot closer. I'd say we've gotten a lot closer because we've done more tournaments together.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot closer with a lot of people on our team, and it just goes back to connections. Like this is what you're going to remember when you leave high school is like all like these memories I've made with you guys and everything, and me doing good at tournaments. And even when you don't do good, you still got to hang out with all the people that you're really close to. And I think there's something so special about that. Yeah.
It's like at tournaments, it's like, have fun, it's like, it's actually it's like goal 1, do good. Goal 2, have fun.
Yeah, have fun anyway.
I mean, it's like, cause a lot of times it is like a fun experience. I mean, you're giving up a Saturday for it. So like, it has
100%.
It has to be
we're driving up to Orlando at 5 o'clock at night on a Friday.
Yeah. So there really is that experience there. So that's all we have for today. This was a great experience.
Thank you. This was lovely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So this was our first edition of Crossfire, and I'm excited to see you guys again.